Hey guys, so we're at the range like I said we were going to do today, and we are going to be checking out the new Taurus G2C and 40 cal, and happy about that. So that's what the main reason we're out here today for, checking that bad boy out. And let me set this to the side real quick. As you can see, we got some other guns to shoot, but the main focus is the Taurus G2C for this video. So that being said, I've got the Taurus G2C. It's loaded up with some 165 grain 40 Smith & Wesson from Winchester. It's the white box. So that's what's loaded in there now in the first clip. And in the second clip, I have 180 grain right there. So just to see how it feels and whatnot, and see how we like it. So that's what's going on right now. So that's where we're at. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with that and get the first impressions of that and see how we like it. Let's just go ahead and get into it. We're gonna go ahead and run a few rounds through it and see how she does. So I've got my silhouette set up down there. I would be considered what is average self-defense, right about 30-ish feet. And here we go. This is 165 grain right now, and we're gonna get this ready to run. So let's run it and see how she does. So I could tell immediately that the sight is needs to be adjusted. I'm aiming dead center at that head, and they're all a little low. So when I'm aiming at the very tip top of the edge of the silhouette, it's hitting kind of right below where the ear would be. So we'll need to go ahead and adjust that sight. I don't have the screwdriver to do that right now, but we will need to adjust that. Oh no, nothing I'm terribly upset about. And so let's do the 100 and this is the 180 grain coming here. Still very tight groups, it's just a little low. I'm aiming at the X. It's just a little low. So we'll go ahead and need to adjust that. No biggie though. Just a little low. Not bad though. It was, my 9mm was definitely more accurate out of the box. But as you can see, I was aiming right about here, and as you can see, they came in tight grouping, just a little low. And that one I pulled, I absolutely hate the trigger on this stock gun, but it's all I got to work with right now. But nonetheless, shot really well. So we're gonna go ahead and load a few more up. Absolutely love the 40 Smith & Wesson. Right, I get a full clip and one in the chamber of the 165, and then we'll set that over there. I'm gonna load up some 180. And it's just the ammunition I prefer. I've shot other, but I just prefer the white box Winchester for range. So that's what I've used out of probably the 20,000 rounds I've used of it. I've only had one not work, so I'm very partial to it. So let's get this up here, and we'll set it up again and see what we can get. Now I'm going to aim directly for the 7 there. I'll tell you what, let's aim just for the X. Let's go right for the X. Either way, the assailant would be dead. So this trigger is absolutely crap. Either way though, not bad. Let's step it up here, and I'm gonna go for that bottom 7. Definitely a little low. Yeah. So as you can see, at my distance, I'm aiming right here, and it's coming down at about 30 feet. It's tight. It just needs to be raised up just a little bit to get that right. So yeah, they're definitely pulling to the left, or it might be your right, but that's definitely me, because as you can see the difference between the two triggers. This one has that like convex where this one's flat, and yeah, so that's definitely me. But we're gonna run a few more rounds through it, and then we'll see what the final verdict is. The 40 cal, I prefer 165 for self-defense. I mean, that's just my preference. It's got the better ballistics for caliber weight. You know, you could shoot whatever you want, but the 165 grain actually does have better ballistics. So just keep that in mind. I think 180 is just a little too heavy, but that's just me. Not saying there's anything wrong with 180 grain, but I like to try them all because they react differently as far as shootability in every gun. Now this gun actually shoots them both very well. I have no complaint one way or the other as far as that aspect goes of it. So yeah, can't really complain there. So that being said, let's run a few more through it. Might be your right. Yeah. So a little low on the sight picture. That's not a huge deal. We'll get that raised up. And that'll take care of that. I found this little stereo removal tool, and I was able to actually adjust the sights on the 40 G2C. So yeah, I've been as you can see over here, this is actually where I've been aiming at right here since I've adjusted them, and it's been spot on. Got the elevation adjusted, and now we're good. Now she's popping them off where she need to be. So that is exciting news for me, because I didn't count in the fact that I would probably need to sight in the gun. So shame on me, but nonetheless, it was fun. I do have some self-defense rounds, but I don't want to use those. So just to say again, the accuracy, what I'll do is I'll go over here and we'll see this little guy right here. We'll use this little piece right there is our little thing, and that's what I'll shoot, even though it's kind of crooked on the board. But you'll see I'll go back to where I was initially shooting from, which is about that 30-foot mark, and now it's pretty much spot on. And as you can see, that bullet hole, and I shot 2 shots at that square from about 30 feet away, and you can see within the box. I had to take the sight all the way to the right, so on the windage I needed to go all the way to the right, and then needed to raise it up some, and that seems to have taken care of the issue of being way low and that. So as you can see, you know, hit another one in there. It's pretty spot on. That was me, I pulled it. So what I thought I would do, blocks here, and see what caliber does the most damage to the block. So this bucket should just help hold it up, I'm hoping. Yeah, there we go. So what we're gonna do is run over here, and we're gonna send a couple rounds, the only 2 I got with the 40, and just see what kind of damage it does to the cinder block. So figure it out. Well, if that gives you an idea, that's a 40 caliber round, and come down there, knocked a big hole in that, but the force of it knocked it straight over. All right, so now we're facing down towards where I normally like to fire rifle. I've got a berm down in that thing. It's you know, so rifle rounds can't go through it. So here we go again. Boom. Now that was my last round, but if it gives you any inclination, you see how that does that? That's 2 rounds of 40 caliber, and that's a small compact cinder block. So give you an idea of the force that it's actually hitting with it. So now what I do is flip it over on the side I didn't shoot, and we'll do 9 because we're out of 40. But here we go with the cinder block again, just for fun. 9mm Taurus G2C. And as you can see, 9mm shattered the top of the box. Better than I thought it would. Let's try it again. Set it at the side there, put it at an angle so it doesn't ricochet. All the brass will fire up. And there you have it. So, absolutely true. What you get with the bigger board is more than that. That initial